one coat of this Rue Cremieux, I don't know how you pronounce it. The oil infusion, sorry, by L'Oreal. I just did, because I couldn't cope with doing a whole proper manicure, so I'm just using this one for, I just wanted to do something easier. I hope it's going to last longer than the Granat Irreverent that I used and it chipped after like half a day or whatever, but we'll see how this one goes on throughout the week. It's the first night after the first afternoon of wear, and I have got a bit of a shrink back from the tips already, but I don't believe it's as bad as the Granat Irreverent was, or Granat Irreverent, I don't know how you pronounce it, I am sorry. But let's see this. Yeah. It's one coat, so it hasn't done. It's not a shade I particularly like, but I just wanted something neutral this time, because although if it does start to chip it won't be too noticeable, but I think it would be more noticeable than I thought it would have been originally. Easy to apply though, there's a nice wide brush. Oh. Right. Oh, sorry about this. Just trying to find something neutral in the background. Let me put the light on. Oh dear, get there in a minute, don't worry. I'm only going to do a very short one on this. I'm going to have to touch up this because I don't want to have to go out with it. Like, this is Saturday after applying it Wednesday. Or was it Thursday? No, I'm sorry, I applied it Thursday this week. So I applied it Thursday. Thursday afternoon I applied it. And by the end of the afternoon I had shrink back. And yesterday, which was the second day, it was chipped. It doesn't look as bad as that awful, well, I say it was a nice colour, but it chipped dreadfully by the same range, the Granat Irreverent. I know I keep on about that, I'm probably pronouncing it wrong. But, oh, I'm sorry, let me just turn this off. It's something different. So yeah, this is 221. What's it called? I can't pronounce it, it's French, I'm sorry, Cremieux or something. I don't know what it means, something cream, something or other, but yeah, I've just had to try and touch up those tips. And it hasn't chipped as badly as the dark one, but I don't want to have to go, you know. And it does, the smell of it, once it's dried, it's a quite pleasant, an essential oil type smell, but it is quite intrusive. You keep noticing it, so it sort of follows you around. Right, I'm just going to touch up this now as well on the tips, because it does look pretty dreadful and I don't want to go around looking so scruffy and tatty all day. I did choose a more neutral colour because I thought it wouldn't show so much if it chipped, but it's not as nude and mannequin hands as I thought it was going to be, because this is redder than I... Actually, what it was, when I bought some of these the other week, 3 for 2 in Boots, there was one colour I saw and I thought, should I get that? And I chose another one instead. And then after a week later I thought, oh, you know, I think I'll get that colour. But when I went back, of course, it was gone because they only had the one. And I'm not totally sure what it was. I thought it was a more mannequin hands colour than this. It's not the beige one because I've got that, but... So I went into Superdrug and I saw that and I thought, oh, I think that's the same one. So I got this in Superdrug because they didn't have it in the Boots. There's 221. shade, but I think it probably was the same one because I don't think they do that many in the range. But I like those. They remind me, what does it remind me of? Like a hand grenade. Incendiary. It's not a very nice thing to remind you of, is it? But my auntie used to have one, like painted white. I think someone had given it to her. I don't know where it came from, but it was yeah, that sort of. So there we go. This is Saturday after applying it Wednesday. Sorry, Thursday. I applied it this week. So this is the second day of wear, the second afternoon of wear, and I've had to touch it up. So that's not a good start. But I mean, it's okay. It's not a colour I like. I'm not keen on that shade. It's not. It's something of nothing really. It's don't think it particularly flatters my hands or skin tone, but it's all right. But it's not the sort of. I prefer the brightest sort of or more noticeable colours. But I just wanted something neutral that would blend into the background that wasn't too noticeable because I just didn't feel up to, you know. So there we go. And I'll be back with what I do for the rest of the week, but I'm hoping to keep it shorter this time. Oh, mustn't move it. That just be a blur, won't it? Just a blur. So there we go. Sonia's been helping me today in her winter outfit. So there we go. This is it after touching up. It's a bit tatty. It's alright, I suppose. What's the colour we are in this light? Paddington. Okay. There we go. Well, Sophia is helping me today. This is an update on the nails, and actually, I'm pleasantly surprised at how many it did chip a bit, admittedly, but nothing like the Grenat Irreverent from the same range. This one, it's chipped there, yes, which you know it shouldn't have done really. But this hand, after I had to touch up the initial shrink back, it still looks more or less okay, and often they're a bit tatty at this stage, or that one is. I applied it, when did I apply? I applied it Thursday, I do believe. It was Thursday I applied it, and it's Monday today. So that's how it's done, the L'Oreal Oil Infused. Not as good as it should have done, but it's not as bad as the Grenat Irreverent did from the same range. So, and that looked dreadful because it was dark. But it would have looked lovely if it had stayed pristine looking. But so yeah, are we looking pink? Not really, are we? But never mind. Bath time, and I'm using this today, the coconut. And this is how the nail polish is done. I'm surprised that it's not worse than it is, because the other one, as I've said many times, the Grenat Irreverent chipped after, like, I think about half a day. Bath time. Let's have some foam. Plenty of foam today. Or this evening rather, as we are in the evening. So there's that hand. Now this is the hand here that never does so well, and as you can see. But I'm still saying this is good compared to the Grenat Irreverent one that I used. And of course Grenat Irreverent looked worse because it's a dark colour. So I wanted a more neutral one so that if it chipped it wouldn't look too bad, but it doesn't look that good when it chips. But it still lasted reasonably well. Okay, and maybe like a quick swirl of my sponge. See, this for a while. You probably don't want to see it again. I'm just glad I can actually do a bath time in spite of low light conditions since I've got my camera. Hi!